We put off election of officers, I think they should be on the agenda.
Okay,
Here it is.
okay. You can start whenever you're ready.
And before that, the membership, what is the membership? I'm going to look it up.
What do you mean, like,
Like, where's the number limit? It seems like this is a group that could be huge.
I think you have 7.
That's the top of it.
Yes,
You check that.
yeah, I will check it. Mhm.
I think we've got 7.
Yes,
That might be more than that. Okay, this is the May meeting of the Historic District Commission. I need to order. I'm Martha Ball. I'm the vice chair. Acting as chair in the absence of Chairman Bill Penn. And if everyone could introduce themselves.
Arlene Tony.
Mark Bennett.
And we don't know if we have something else coming in now, but we're gonna start at, so who's here? John is not, right?
right. Spear's not going forward. Nizio is not going forward. And I'm surprised we don't see Glenn Fontecchio. So that,
We just dropped that one down.
Are you gonna read the town clerk?
I'm not, no. I think it's unnecessary. Who's the revelation? We don't read it any other meeting. Let's see. Mr. Buddha?
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
Please stand and speak into, are we recording?
yes. Yep, I think it's on.
I
It
think
looks
it's
like-
worth me to stand and speak into the microphone, not like I am. But actually do it.
Good afternoon, I'm Joe Buda. I'm at 469 Old Town Road on Calico Hill. The Captain William Card House that's at the end of Calico Hill. So that's the location. It's my first time presenting at the commission. And what I'm looking to do is put a bluestone patio. If you're inside the house, on the left side of the house, approximately, I think I have 17 by 20, no concrete or anything like that. It's gravel and a piece stone on top with the bluestone squares, 2 by 2 to naturally fit into the setting of the house. There's basically no view of it from any location around. I think it fits very well into the style of the house and where it's located. So it's on the west side of west side of the house as it were. Is there any other information that you would need that would be helpful?
I think you did a pretty thorough job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I try to get as much as possible in the area. I love the house, so
It's a great house.
it's a
Yeah.
great house.
It's a really pretty house.
It really, I love it. We all love it. I'm very excited to have it.
Does anyone have any questions about this? This is a really fundamental application. It's not anything that's going to even be visible from anywhere but the air, as far as I can tell.
You wouldn't,
You don't have to do any elevation work for this?
it's probably 6 inches because my whole yard is down.
Yeah.
So just the way it's designed for probably 140 years. So it's probably very, very little. It's still going to be pitched, of course,
Mhm.
for drainage. So it'll follow the pitch, but it's negligible when it comes to the elevation. And I think I got that in there on forms.
Yeah, I was looking at the plan.
Can I make a motion that
Sure.
we accept this patio shown?
I think you want to approve it, don't you?
Let's
Approve?
approve.
We're not going to make you come back
Oh,
after
no,
you accepted the application.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Approve it, right.
Oh, thank you.
findings of fact?
It fits in with the character of the existing home, which is a very nice home. And it's environmentally sound. And that's my findings of that.
And it's a contributing house in the,
In the historic district.
that's a really important part. I have a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Okay, motion made second, any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Mike?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's a great neighborhood and we're glad to meet
Wonderful.
you.
Oh, thank you. It's great to be here.
Hmm. Best location, Rock Island. This is the Tigerfish, approval.
Yes. So I want to start by apologizing. I came before this board 10 or 11 years ago for a verbal at the Poor People's Club. And I was basically told that we didn't need to be there for the verbal. So I assumed that I could go forward with this without applying, which obviously I was wrong.
This is a fairly significant blot on this nice house, nice building.
Go ahead. Anyone please just speak.
I would say it has no architectural redeeming qualities. If you read our guidelines with respect to decks and pergolas, they should be integrated, the design should be integrated into the house, into the building, so it complements it.
Sure.
This is merely a 6x6s and planks, so there's both of the stretching the goal curve.
I would also like to comment on the South Sea stuff that's on the railing of that building, because it's not in keeping with the historic district at all. It's grass, it's a grass skirt.
Are the benches included in this application?
No.
They're new too, right?
Yeah, but those are all basically furniture.
They're not permanent.
No, they're not. They're not mounted or anything.
But this is.
The pergolas,
Yeah,
the pergolas are movable as well.
Well, they're bolted down.
They're screwed to deck boards though.
And they kind of tilt in two directions.
yeah, it doesn't look quite true when you drive by.
Yeah, I built them square, but the deck is pitched.
How does everybody feel about this?
I would like to see it going.
It would not have been approved if you applied it before the.
What you wouldn't have, you would have voted against it.
I would vote.
Yeah.
I would.
Okay, do you have any?
Yeah, I agree.
Would this board be more likely to approve a canopy kit like we have at the Poor People's Club? Because I was approved for that.
But did you have something there last year? There's so much traffic there, I don't even.
At Tigerfish, we had umbrellas, but it was a problem because of the wind. The
Yeah.
umbrellas would blow and, it was actually a liability. I'm just trying to provide shade.
Why don't you investigate awnings? What,
Yeah, purple is not gonna give you much shade. We've been through that at the Harvard Church,
Yeah,
no shade at all.
yeah.
None.
We're hoping to grow some viney flowers.
they're not gonna grow fast.
That's a 5 or 6 year process.
I mean, you can see from the photograph that there's no shade underneath.
Yeah,
The awning is or a pergola that architect complements.
But then you're gonna get into a permanent structure. Do you want a permanent structure there?
I can't.
Then you're going to get into a permanent structure. I don't know what the lot coverage is. I have no idea if
This
that
is
would.
permanent.
not as,
Well, he can apply for it, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's Mark.
oh,
Want to go
what are
up
you
there?
doing, Mark?
I'm sorry.
Anybody want to make a motion?
Well, I'm not sure what the motion should be. My motion would be that we should be removed as quickly as possible. Yeah,
Is that your motion?
if they're not in keeping with this start.
Okay, motion is second. Marlene, you said a couple of other things earlier about it not being, I think Mike did, integrated in the building. I think you might want to include that in the motion.
Well, according to our rules and regulations, let me get the. On a historic building, which is, this is not a historic building, but it's been made to look like a historic building. Porch design, should not be of a size or placement that will detract from the historical integrity of the building. Well, it certainly detracts from the historical look of the existing building. The detailing should be compatible with the period and style of the main structure, which it's not.
And I think anybody who was around knows a great deal of effort was made on this building to have it fit in with the vernacular of Block Island. Okay, the motion's made and seconded. I don't think there are any other additions. Anyone in the audience have any other comments?
Just recommend that you pursue it, come up with an architectural design that
Sure,
does complement the building.
okay,
On.
yeah,
And a fence should be chosen to harmonize with the building, which it was before that stuff was put on it, the South Sea grasses.
yeah, the fence was not our fence, though.
What?
It was, the fence wasn't our fence, and it was supposed to be replaced at some point.
Well, if you look at the picture,
Yeah,
it's the railing of the deck.
The benches were,
the garden fencing that they do.
Had to go somewhere.
Let's call the vote. All in favor of the vote. The motion is made. Arlene?
On my motion,
Yeah.
aye.
Okay. Mike?
Aye.
Okay. Aye. So voted. And come in, take a look at the guidelines, Jane can give us the guidance. And see what you can come up with as a alternative, and let us know as soon as you can.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dawn. Yeah, of course.
Mike McQueen? Oh.
So what we're looking to do is replace the existing window with two or one double window. You can clearly see it on the picture. The window we want to replace it with is going to mimic exactly the window which is there right now. Basically, window which is not there now, it's old and falling apart and we have to replace it anyway. I would like to add a little bit bigger of a window. I think it's going to look better with the building. I provided pictures of before and after. I'll give you time to look at it.
That's what I was so fine.
It looks very nice on you.
I think it looks nicer with the double window over there. Because I think when they did addition to the building in 1940, they didn't really look at the building as a whole. They're like, they just built a storage room. So I'm hoping with adding bigger window is actually going to look nicer. But also, if you look at the street view, you can barely see it in the summertime because it's covered with trees anyway.
so the lights are 1/1 or 2/1.
So right now, the window which is there right now It's just a 1 square window, very plain, it's about this big. What we want to replace it with, it will mimic the other existing window, and it's like 2 by 2.
It's not picture.
No idea.
Would you mind I come over and show you?
Please.
If you don't mind. So,
It's not so bad that you don't see
this
it.
is after.
This is the.
What window we talking about?
This is existing window. I don't have a place to do something like that. So this color coding is the way you look, which I would understand.
There are 2 windows.
But it's nearly,
One of the windows are wide one.
it's one of the one, yes, all of them. No, it's, they're going to be mimicking inside.
One of them.
One of them.
They're all of the, yes.
I mean, truly, I think when they put that addition on, it was a time when people just used what they had.
Yeah, I don't think there's any like, architects doing stuff, I think they just like,
No.
yeah, because the window which is there now, it's, I mean, you see on the picture, it's just, window.
There's a lot of places like that.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, congratulations.
Thank you, we love the house.
That's really, really nice.
I know we approve, yeah.
Give a second?
I know that we approved the application for the replacement of the window on property located plot 7, lot 49. Replacement, single window with double hung twin windows.
Thank you.
And Kay seconded? All in favor?
Mike,
Aye. Unanimous voted. And we are down to O'Hare.
Hello.
Hi.
Again. The O'Hares were going to apply for an additional door on the second floor deck. They realized that none of the doors, there's no common access to the second floor deck. From the doors that are there now, they all go from that room. So the concern is when guests and people who are in the house need to access the second floor deck, they're going to cut into these people's private spaces.
Is this the hallway?
Yeah, that's like the stair foyer on the second
Here's-
floor.
here. But I think that's-
So it's kind of the obvious spot. Obviously, the reason that they didn't put it on the preliminary application was they were just worried about what the board would think about the street, street view with a door there. But,
Is that what the door would look like? In other words, four glass panels?
well, there's an option too that I want to show. It came too late for,
Take this up.
yeah, it's the door that we submitted has a lower solid panel, and then this was option 2, which is what the other 5 doors are already on the second floor, which is a full glass style door. So,
I would like to see it moved over 6 inches or so that it lined up with the window above it.
well, it does in reality. I don't know why the drawing shows it not lined up, but it does line up.
It will line up.
It will line up, yeah, absolutely. So the architect, when they submitted the application, they proposed a panel door to kind of minimize the impact below the railing. But we also decided to put in this kind of second option to the board because we do have 5 other doors around the back that are all this full glass style, so it's a little more in keeping with what's already been going on up there on the deck.
All the other doors are French doors, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
And there's a rail that runs in front of us. From the view shed, from the view shed. Yes. This is your preference.
Yes, the French door, the full glass French door is our preference. For a number of reasons, it's more lead times involved. Ordering the panel door, dimensions aren't quite as in keeping with the window widths. So the French door is almost the exact same width as the windows there, so we don't have like a slightly wider door. Allows to keep that kind of a trim end almost identical inside and across the top there.
I move to approve the application.
I'll second it. There's some findings of that.
I move that we approve the application for 5.113 for installation of the introduction of an additional door, French door on the second floor as submitted in the drawings.
And it is a contributing building itself.
Absolutely.
Has had significant changes, including location.
Excuse me?
It has had significant changes, including location.
Yeah.
The original building.
That was true.
Oh, yes, it has, even the location,
Yes.
correct.
Anything else?
I leave it if you want to know.
That's what I do.
Yeah. That kind of really jars me too. On favor?
Aye.
Aye. So voted. Thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, the cupolas, finally.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna say disregard the drawing because it is curved.
Nicely done.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Thank you. We have, somebody here heard from Spring House.
I haven't heard, yeah, I haven't heard from them. I can, let me try to text Frank and.
architect on both. He's got here 4:10.
Okay,
Mark.
I don't want to be out of order. It's Mark Emmanuel, West Side Road, and town council member at least till November. I apologize because I was on that same boat, so I got here late. I'm not here to micromanage the Historic District Commission. I'm here to support you. And I said this when I got on council, that I have your back. On my way from the boat to here, I saw at least 5 what I call significant violations. And I am going to be in town hall tomorrow to address all 5 of them. Now, you guys must be so frustrated doing your job, only to have it not backed up by whatever means it should be backing you up. And it has upset me for decades because I've been fighting this battle. I understand that one of the violations has been addressed.
What can you share them?
That's great. Right? That's great. That's great news, terrible news. Because if it can be addressed this quickly, as you just did today, why can't these other ones that have been out there in clear sight for so long not being addressed?
Because nobody can afford to say it's wrong.
I have
Can you share
in
them
years
with me?
past. Right? Down near between Ballards and Interstate, there's an obscene amount of cars there for rental, well over what's allowed. On the Willis property for rental of mopeds, there are cars, vehicles, and signage saying car rental. That is clearly remote signage, which is not prohibited. in the front there of the Royal, the Harborside, I'm sorry. There is signage there directing people in the back to rent mopeds on a whole nother property. Clearly in violation of remote signage. There is a carousel still on the property of Aldo's. When they were told benevolently that they could keep it through the summer, but it must be gone. It's still there. I know, I'll speak personally as a town council member, anything you want done, I will push for it. And all I can say is, don't be distracted and upset that things aren't happening. Why? I don't know. I'm gonna get down to it tomorrow.
Well, Mark, I think the building official needs to enforce these things, and it's what I understand is the current building official is very part-time and he's not enforcing.
As I understand now, we have a zoning official, and it's under that person's umbrella now to take care of this. So don't give up hope. All right, and I'm gonna keep fighting this battle. And if it gets on the town council agenda, I hope each and every one of you are there to express your frustration on these issues.
I will say, I was impressed to find Firefish on the agenda. That was a good move. I'm glad that that happened.
You're
I'm there
welcome.
too.
That was because you called me and mentioned that that happened and
Couple of us did.
yes, so then it's on the agenda. The other violations that Mark is talking about haven't been brought to my attention except for one of them.
We don't have Claire, right?
Right, Claire was always the,
I'm sorry I wasn't here for the beginning of Tiger Fish, but that guy knows better, knows how to play the game. He went over all that with the coolers, underneath the poor people, he knows. He was waving, he was smiling.
He said, I only put up the cupola over the other building. He said that we told him he didn't need it.
So for anybody listening, the order is that you must physically come to town hall and make a complaint.
that we have a zoning complaint form, sure. I mean, unless it's a historic district commission member and they bring something to my attention. But there is a zoning complaint form that's pretty standard in almost all municipalities.
Does the HDC take a field trip periodically and see what's out there?
It says, we're talking about zoning enforcement. We're more of a review board, we're not an enforcement board. But it is zoning enforcement, so you have to come to town hall, yes.
The merry-go-round just came back very recently.
Right, and none of this is on
Never
the,
left.
It never
like
was.
this, none of this is like, we're talking about specific properties that are not on your agenda and, right, I don't.
Well, if nothing else, then anyone who's listening to this or watching this or might read about it knows that instead of calling me, tackling me, texting me about these violations, do your civic duty. I deputize you to come to town hall and make a complaint.
That's always been our problem, Mark, is having actual complaints.
Can I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Maria, I may miss it. Guys all said, take it down. But does it have a time period? Can you keep it up to September?
Well, the application was, I mean, was before the board, they denied it, so now we'll follow up on the enforcement part of that.
But the
Right.
motion said.
The motion was that the application was denied, so they don't have a building permit. And they wouldn't be able to receive a building permit because they don't have HGC approval.
But they just keep it up for a couple of months.
They're not supposed to.
No,
We suggested either an awning, either an awning or obviously this an awning would be easier.
I've,
Something that's integrated in the building, which
Right.
is not.
and I've already emailed him the HGC guidelines, but there's a procedure in the zoning ordinance on the
Part of it, I
removal.
think, is it's not well constructed, if we get some bad winds, it's gonna come down, without enforcing a building permit, the town will be liable for not
Well,
enforcing.
that's not our issue.
Part of the
It's
motion was
not-
for it to be
Yeah.
removed immediately.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mark.
Again, I might be out of order, but I wish we would take a giant step backwards to when a former building official was under the employ of the town, and he would give someone 24 hours notice on violation. Return the next day if it wasn't taken care of, the chainsaw came right out of his trunk, and it was taken care of.
And that's not what's in your zoning ordinance,
No,
so
that-
that's
that
not
is-
something that can, you know, we have to follow what's in the ordinance,
Yeah.
so.
That was a, we did away with it once then. Do we hear anything back?
No,
Okay, then we think we have approval of minutes.
I didn't send you last month's because
We still have March 28th.
yep, yeah, March.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of,
March
March
20.
28th.
Yes.
Oh, except for one thing.
Sure.
It says on the second page that I asked that new doors and windows to be at the same, it's not a good sentence.
Okay, I'll change it. I'll work on it.
I said new door and window heads.
Okay,
So with that correction, I made.
Okay, someone seconded?
I seconded.
Yeah, all in favor? And having not heard from, first, the second item on the agenda, motion is in order to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
ooh, that was